So I'm over here at my buddy Matt Balkema's. He's got the fireproof battery bags. One of everything. We're going to do a little overview on this build. Because I don't know what's going on here. It's just awesome and fascinating.
It's a Timber 110.
He's got the Timber 110.
Horizon Hobbies new Hangar 9 Timber 110. Powered by a DLE 55. Came out end of July. I had one 1st of August. And I used Savix SC1276 SG ultra high speed digital Metal Gear servos, high voltage approved, 7.4 volts, and it's powered by a Competition 12 Plus SmartFly power expander. And I'm using two Pulse 5000 milliamp 2C 7.4 volt batteries. And Futaba 7014 SB receiver. Paired with a Futaba 16 SZ remote. 18 channel telemetry 2.4 gigahertz remote. And I decided to use the few aftermarket things I did were the Valley View RC 24 ounce fuel tank. And I decided to use that just because it's a bit bigger and I really like the plumbing and the hardware that Valley View uses. It looks nice. And it has a fiber optic ignition kill switch system to keep the ignition system isolated from the batteries as much as possible. The DLE 55 mounts up really nice using stock exhaust. Throttle linkage was really easy to install. The throttle servo box comes loose and you are able to mount it wherever you want in the plane depending on your setup. I used the ultra scale tail wheel meant for the 60cc X Cub that is designed to fit this plane. And back there I also used the Seacraft wire tensioners that are really clean up the back and make it nice for tensioning your cables if they ever go slack easy. And I used 1.5-inch Valley View RC lockdown servo horns, 25 tooth Futaba servo horns. And I used all Spectrum servo extensions, wire extensions, because they are one of the only companies that use truly gold-plated fittings on all their servo leads, which is really cool. And what else did I do? I had to build a plate, like a crossbar assembly, to hold the power expander, the SmartFly, because it's not really designed for a SmartFly, but I wanted to use it just for the battery redundancy.
Now, how many batteries are actually in this thing? You were telling me earlier.
Only, it takes 3, one for the ignition. I have one separate battery. It's a 1600 milliamp LiPo, 2-cell LiPo, and that powers the ignition module, which is in the canister area of the plane, behind the heat exchanger. And that's where I mounted the ignition just because it's out of the way, easy, and it's wide open down there, so I figured it's a good use of the space.
This thing a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke?
2-stroke.
2-stroke?
Yep.
What
2-stroke
cc?
DLE. 55 cc.
55 cc.
Yep, they claim it makes 5.5 horsepower at 8,000 RPMs.
5.5 horsepower.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And I'm gonna run non-leaded fuel high octane, like 93 octane non-leaded fuel, and it's a red line 2T kart racing oil.
So this is the fuel inlet. I was just
Yep.
asking how we got gas in it, and
There's a little port right here on the side. It's a quick filler, and you just grab a hold of it and pull it out, and then this just slides right off of there. And you have usually a little gas can with a hand pump on it, and it has a little fitting on it, just a little brass fitting, and you just stick it right in there, hand crank it until it's full, and then when the plane is full, the fuel will dump out the little black exit on the bottom of the plane right here by the front. See it?
oh, this little guy.
Yep, the little black fitting.
Yep.
The fuel will come out there when the tank is full. That's the vent line.
That's awesome. And you said you covered this in some sort of lacquer?
Yeah, I sealed that with just 2-part epoxy, like 30-minute 2-part epoxy, and I thinned it down with isopropyl alcohol to the consistency of about water. And that just made it really easy to put. I put like 2-3 coats on it, let it dry. You know, I put a coat on, let it dry, put a coat on, let it dry, just to make it nice and thick and fuel proof. And I even went with 1 coat all the way over this trim piece, and I sealed down the edges of all the ultra coats so there would be no chance of the edges coming up or any fuel getting underneath the covering.
My guy's losing his voice. It's hard to talk.
Sore throat.
Sorry, man. Yeah. So this is the kill switch, you said?
That's the on-off for the pin. When you remove that pin, the batteries power. The batteries turn on the computer system.
You okay? Ruby?
Ruby, no. That don't. Come on.
Super cool. Huge plane. Is this your biggest one?
Yeah, 110-inch wing. Sorry about the dog. She's a bitch.
Hey, Ruby, be good.
It's got I'm using a 3-inch Valley View RC carbon fiber spinner. And this motor will spin a 23 to 24-inch prop. I'm using a Zor 22x8, which comes pre-balanced from the factory, and I've got it obviously drilled for the 55.
So cool. If you guys have any questions, feel free. He obviously does
I
this.
dabble.
He dabbles. Yeah.
See ya.
Till next time.
We're going flying.
We're going flying.